In this episode, we're taking a look at Maryland standout freshman point guard Ashley Owusu. Owusu has brought a level of poise, leadership, and all-around skill rarely seen from a freshman floor general at the collegiate ranks. She literally can do it all. The only thing lacking is experience on the college level and efficient three-point shooting. Once she adds that to the repertoire, which is only a matter of time, she will be nearly unstoppable. Let's get started. Owusu brings the ball up. Stephanie Jones sets a screen on South Carolina guard Zia Cook, and Owusu gets a head full of steam and finishes over South Carolina standout freshman Aaliyah Boston, which is no easy task. I've seen pros intimidated by elite shot blockers. Owusu was fearless attacking Boston. Maryland calls for the same set with Jones, setting a screen for Owusu. The goal is to bring Boston out of the paint. Boston shows why she's an elite defensive player even as a freshman by recognizing Maryland's attempt to lure her out of the paint. Boston this time stays back to protect the paint, allowing room for Owusu to pull up and knock down the jumper from mid-range. Another Owusu-Jones pick-and-roll action on the same spot on the floor. Boston doesn't bother to follow Jones. She stays back and watches Owusu. South Carolina is trying to force Owusu towards the sideline where they can potentially trap her and either force her to pass or turn it over. Owusu reacts quickly, snaking the screen as she drives inside. Owusu was cut off by three South Carolina defenders, including Boston and Zia Cook, who did a great job of getting back into the play defensively. Owusu instinctively reverse pivots and knocks down a fadeaway jumper from 10 feet. Just a pretty instinctive basketball play. With Cook pressuring her, Owusu jabs to create space while awaiting a screen from senior Kyla Charles, once again attempting to pick on Boston and keep her out of the paint defensively. Cook once again is attempting to send her to Boston, as I explained earlier, to use the sideline as the third defender so they can potentially trap Owusu. Owusu drives right and sees Boston stuck between either picking her up or getting back to Terp All-American Kyla Charles and rises up for another jumper. Simple basketball. I'm taking what the defense gives me instead of forcing things. If it ain't broke, why fix it, right? Owusu has been the only Terp to bring consistent offense at this point, so they run the same set that has helped make her successful. Pick and roll action with Jones. Owusu uses the screen, drives, and using a hard dribble to create just enough space between her and South Carolina Micaiah Herbert Harrigan, and Destiny Henderson elevates and hits another mid-range jumper. As you can see, Owusu is automatic from mid-range. Here, Owusu shows how much of a dynamic all-around threat she is. South Carolina gets the ball inside of Boston, who has been a force scoring in the paint all night long. Once Boston has the ball, Owusu comes from Boston's blind side to help fellow freshman Diamond Miller trap her. Boston does the right thing and finds the player Owusu was defending, South Carolina Destiny Henderson, for a wide-open three. She misses. Bria Bill attempts an offensive putback. She misses, and Owusu gathers the rebound. Owusu pushes the ball up the floor, crosses Henderson to get by her, and freezes South Carolina in the paint with a no-look pass to Blair Watson, who knocks down the jumper. Owusu in her first nationally televised college game, the second game of her career against powerhouse South Carolina, was the best player on the floor for Maryland, finishing with 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists on 7 of 14 shooting. An outstanding performance for a freshman point guard. Yes, she's skilled and deceptively athletic, but it's her IQ, toughness, and poise that sets her apart. The sky's the limit for Owusu. She has star power written all over her.